Damn, it's Tuesday already. So y'all know what that means. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, to another episode of Club Pizzle Happy Hour. I'm, of course, your host, Don P. Pizzle, Pod God, Unc, Potstradamus. Thank you guys for y'all continued support of this show and every show that I do. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. Feedback is encouraged. Do all that supporting stuff. I greatly appreciate it. Also, while y'all in the support mood, you only have 4 days left to cast your vote to get Club Pizzle nominated for Best Podcast. Go to OhioEntertainmentAwards.org and follow the instructions. Category 36, Club Pizzle, Best Podcast. I greatly would appreciate it if y'all did that. I'm here, man. Y'all know we here for a good time and not a long time. I've had quite a long weekend. I've had a couple of long days. Like it's already Tuesday, but it feels like I don't know, man. It's exhausting. I'm a little tired, but I'm here nonetheless. And while being tired, speaking of, shout out to Dubby. No crash, no jitters, just clean focus and real energy that keeps your neighborhood friendly pod guy locked in from the first take to the final segment. If you're tired of feeling wired, fried from these other energy drinks, Dubby's got you loaded with natural caffeine, vitamins, and flavor that actually hits. No sugar, no BS, just pure performance. Whether you're grinding at work, gaming, creating content, or just need a midday push, Dubby is the move. Just hit up, check this out. This is my favorite part. Hit up Dubby.com and use the promo code PODGOD at the checkout, and you get 10% off of your order. Let me repeat that for y'all in the back. Hit up Dubby.com. Use promo code PODGOD. That's PODGAWD at checkout for 10% off of your order. Let me tell y'all, man, the flavor I got, this blueberry fruit punch, is immaculate, is great. I got some other stuff on the way. I'm excited. I got my cup from them. Like it's some dope. It's dope, man. Shout out to Dubby, man. I appreciate y'all. For this whole partnership thing. This is dope. Support the pod, fuel your own hustle, and stay tapped in with Dubby Energy. Because the best pod in the land deserves the best energy. All right, y'all, let's get to it. Y'all know the motto. We are here for a good time and not a long time. Last week was very interesting, to say the least. The NBA tipped off on Tuesday. OKC and defended their, they came out, SGA did his thing. Double overtime against Houston, classic game. Fast forward to Wednesday night, and ESPN had their doubleheader as well. And then to wake up Thursday morning. Was it Thursday morning or Friday morning? Whenever it was. And all hell has broken loose. Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, and Damon Jones were amongst 30-something people who were arrested and charged in an illegal gambling ring and some other craziness. Now, I know it's 30-something other people involved, including the mafia, and I'm going to stop there at mafia. I'm just going to speak about the NBA guys because this is something that is very, very crucial. This is something that, listen, as a sports talker, this is a big sports story. And 3 NBA guys are caught up in this. And it could be more, we don't know. But I'm going to start. Chauncey Billups was charged. Portland Trailblazers head coach for now, Chauncey Billups, was arrested and charged with wire fraud, money laundering, and operating illegal poker games, where they got a bunch of people for a bunch of money. They use X-ray tables. They use mark cards with X-ray sunglasses. It's a lot going on there. Just stay with me. Terry Rozier, conspiracy to commit wire fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering. Damon Jones was charged in a betting scheme. He provided non-public information on February 9th of 2023. He sent info to some gamblers that LeBron James wasn't going to play in the game against the Milwaukee Bucks. Sent out this text and said, "Hey, big money on Milwaukee, so DJ can eat." He's also charged in the poker scheme. I'm trying to gather like the right things to say here. But this right here is effed up on all. It's irritating. I'm irritated, and I was irritated when it came along after already being irritated at the Cavs loss to the Knicks. Right? Chauncey Billups is a current coach. I'm not sure if he's caught up in whatever Damon Jones and Terry Rozier are caught up in. Like Terry Rozier was investigated last year or last season about some things. You know, and people got these videos and all of this and was saying that he was throwing games. The NBA cleared him because the NBA said they couldn't find anything. I feel differently. I believe the NBA knew exactly what was going on. And the feds was like, hey, going back. These are federal tactics. Like, I don't think it's coincidence that they orchestrated these arrests after like opening night. Nobody can tell me anything else. Like, I won't buy or believe anything outside of that. This is perfectly orchestrated by the FBI. The FBI plays these kind of games. They'll see a moment. It's like, all right, let them have this moment, and then we're going to step on these moments. Because imagine being Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier. I'm not sure if Damon Jones is employed anywhere. I'm not sure if he's if he's with Ty Lue out in L.A. or wherever he is. I don't know if he's employed or unemployed. I'm not sure. I don't know. But imagine being Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier, and you just played your game and coached your game, for you to come home at whatever time you get home after a game, lay down to go to bed, and get awakened to the feds rushing your house. Imagine what they're going through there. I'm trying to, you know what? I'm going to just go get this out the way. With the whole Damon Jones thing, and I knew soon as something, and like when all of this stuff came out, I said somehow they are going to try to throw LeBron James' name in here somewhere. And lo and behold, like after a lot of this stuff came out, and I saw the Lakers, because the Lakers, the Raptors, and two other teams were also named in the indictments. I'm not sure of the information on it. I haven't read the indictment. I know that stuff is public information. I've yet to read the entire indictment. I'm disgusted. So, but I will get around to reading it at some point. And I text this to Chris Cargile, and I said this to somebody. Damon Jones is a sucker. Damon Jones always has been a sucker. When I covered the Cavs way back when, and he was on that team, Damon Jones was a sucker. He's a pompous, arrogant sucker. So when that whole thing came out, and what was that, 2017, 2018, that J.R. Smith threw a bowl of soup at him, didn't surprise me at all, just because that's just the type of dude he is. What else can come from this? I'm pretty sure there's more information that is gonna be shared. Where does this lead? Like, is Jonte Porter wrapped up in this somehow? Is Malik Beasley wrapped up in this somehow? That I wonder that, like, are there other NBA players? They were naming the retired players that were at the poker games or players that went to the poker games. And I believe those guys were at those poker games, saw things went on the up and up, and was like, you know what, I ain't coming back here. Lost a couple dollars, like, all right. But what does, like, where, I mean, Jonte Porter is done. But if somehow he's reinstated, I mean, y'all got to look at that and say, hey, how is he reinstated? And then you'll see, bam, maybe he, and I don't want to put that on him, or I don't want to put those type of allegations on anybody. You know, because then I would feel how Gilbert Arenas feels, because Gilbert Arenas is pissed. Because people are putting bad papers out on him. They're like, people are saying like Gilbert Arenas went in there and snitched. And I don't like that. I mean, Gil's a troll and Gil plays too much. And at that time, I don't think it was and I'm speaking for myself. I don't think it was a good idea for Gil to troll in that moment, even though people were already throwing his name in there. He only responded because Rachel Nichols put his video in that story and like painted it as he was the one who told, when he wasn't. And I know I was like, all right, Gil gonna play with them. Gil gonna play around. Gil play too much. He wanted them. I thought it was in bad taste for him to play around at that moment, but Gil is Gil, and Gil is gonna do Gil. Shout out to Gilbert Arenas, and shout out to him for clearing his name and clearing things up, because nobody wants to have that label on them, because then like you lose some stuff, like some stuff will get lost. Um, who else? It was something else I was about to say. I lost my train of thought. Things are going to tighten up. Adam Silver sent out a memo to all 30 teams about, they go through their usual gambling things at the beginning of the year. They know not to play with stuff like that. This is sad, man. It's sad. And like, it really bothered me because I'm a huge sports fan. I'm a huge NBA fan. I'm a basketball lifer, current season ticket holder for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I already have to be online and hear people whine and complain about games being rigged and how stuff is rigged. Being at the game, the Cavs home opener Sunday night, being behind two dudes I called the internet, because all they did was complain about everything. They complained about the price of the tickets that they got. They complained about the price of the food they got. They were just complaining. So I just called them the internet. That's what they were. And I'm just going to leave it at that. But this type of stuff, like, it upset me. Hopefully, like, things get resolved, and it's nasty. This is my issue with a lot of the sports gambling stuff. I don't have a problem with like the people who you do it like do y'all however y'all can get y'all some extra paper. That's cool. It's just when I'm in a sports conversation and you mention your parlay, like the conversation's gonna end real quick. I don't give a damn about your parlay. That's a t-shirt idea. I'm gonna get that together like as soon as I get up off of here. Or as soon as I finish. Yeah, don't care. I don't give a damn about your parlay. It's just when now the FBI has gotten to an NBA coach. Not the FBI, but the mafia. Gotten to it. Like that's just crazy to me. And Chauncey Billups, like we love Chauncey Billups. Chauncey Billups was that dude. Terry Rozier is from Cleveland. He's from my hometown. I actually know the kid. Or knew him when he was a kid. It's like I hope everything, whatever happens, like let's get this thing worked out. Um, it's messy, man. This stuff is a mess, and now you have to like. I really don't want to have to listen to people. I don't. I don't want to have to hear this when I go to games, and thank goodness, like I can focus on the game and concentrate on games, and hopefully the internet don't sit behind me at the games anymore. Let's move on, shall we? As you know, the NBA season open. The new TV coverage. Let's get to the new TV coverage. That's what I want to talk about this week. There were some great games. Victor Wembanyama has been going absolutely crazy. VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey are in Philly going crazy. If Joel Embiid gets put on the trading block, listen, y'all, I won't be surprised. Or even if Paul George gets put on the trading block, I'm not surprised. I'm gonna speak about Donovan Mitchell on Thursday. I'm gonna talk more about him. He went crazy last night. He's been going crazy for the most part for the first couple of games of the season. Who else? Laurie Marketing dropped 50 last night. Austin Reeves dropped 51. Giannis had a 40 ball on the Cleveland Cavaliers on Sunday night. Listen. I ain't even gonna get into my Giannis stuff because I can be here all day talking about how absolutely like spectacular that dude is. Who else? Somebody else. I said look at his 49. The 250 balls. Edgecombe and Maxey. Houston getting off to a slow start, but they'll get it together. They'll right the ship. Chicago is winning. Shout out to my task Buzelis. I like Buzelis. He don't deserve to be in Chicago because I don't think they're gonna be up like that. That's amongst other things in the NBA, like the performances. Like it's been some great basketball. Indiana and OKC game 8, and they went to double overtime. That was a great game. I don't know if you guys had an opportunity to see it, but it's a great game. All my league pass people, y'all should go check that game out. Go watch the replay of that. Awesome, awesome game between those two teams. Indiana's going to be better than I thought they were going to be, and probably better than all the experts are going to be. I feel like that team is going to squeeze into the playoffs as the 6th seed, or they're going to get in there as one of the playing teams as a 7 or the 8. Just a little feeling I got. I want to talk about the TV coverage. NBC has made its triumphant return. and we all love it. I love it to hear that theme song go off, to have those guys in the studio, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, Carmelo Anthony with Maria Taylor. Shout out to Maria. Maria Taylor is awesome, y'all. Like I've watched her since she was on College Game Day with ESPN. Like she's awesome. Like that's Black Girl Magic personified right there. Love Maria Taylor. Shout out to her. She does great NFL stuff too. She's been killing it on NBC. Their coverage was dope. Like the studio show, like it looks great. The broadcast is okay. The Peacock games last night. I like Noah Eagle, but Robbie Hummel got to go. He's kind of dry and kind of corny. But maybe he'll get better. Maybe that will change. I forgot who was on the call with Reggie and Jamal Crawford. I'm not a fan of the 3-man booth. Even with Breen, Van Gundy, and Mark Jackson, I wasn't a huge fan of that. Like I like the 2-man crew, even though Legler and Richard Jefferson are great with Mike Breen. Mike Breen can make anybody look good. I could sit next to Mike Breen and Mike Breen would make me look good and sound good. That's how great Mike Breen is as the play-by-play man. But I'm not a fan of the 3-man booth. But Reggie and those guys do a good job. So shout out to NBC. What I want to highlight though is the Michael Jordan segment. Him sitting down with Mike Tirico. I've seen some other shows and podcasts say they don't like it or they didn't like it because they feel like Michael Jordan isn't going to be all the way honest, or he's not going to be honest. He's going to be what the media thought he was back when he played, was like button up. I did enjoy the segment. It humanized Mike for real. If you look at, like, if you sit down and watch it and listen to him talk, like it humanized him. It's like, wow, Michael Jordan got old. That's what it seems like. That's what it felt like. And it was like he came to grips with that. He came to the grips with, damn, I can't get out there and do the thing that I love the most. I can't do the thing that some people are calling me the best that ever did it. Even though I don't buy the story of him and the kids, because that video surfaced real quick. That was production. It's the internet gonna internet, right? The internet is gonna internet. I do not believe one bit that Michael Jordan was nervous to shoot a free throw in front of 2 little white kids. I'm Michael Jordan. It looked like he stepped up there, got to that line, took those dribbles, and muscle memory took over. That form was still the same, was still that free throw form that we've known Michael Jordan used to have. Everything was, it was too perfect for him to be nervous. So I did not buy that at all. It's like, come on, Mike, you can't fool me. Mike's an Aquarius like me, so he's a showman. He's a natural showman. That's Aquarius. We're a natural showman. So he gonna throw a little bit of extra sauce on it. And that's what he did. He threw some extra sauce on it. But I did believe in that moment when he said he wished he could take a magic pill and get out there and play again. I do buy that. I loved hearing him say he's coming back to do this to pay it forward to the league. Personally, I still would have liked for him to just be like around for select games to talk about the actual games that are going on. Give him a Lakers game where he can talk LeBron. Give him a Rockets game where he can talk about KD. Give him a Warriors game where he could talk about Steph Curry. Just a Bucks game where he could talk about Giannis. Like, that's what I would love to see from him. He doesn't have to be there every week, but just maybe once a month, maybe 5-6 times a year, to see him be in studio sitting there with Melo, Vince, and Tracy and talk the game. I'm still, and I'm going to keep pushing. I think I'm going to say this again every week. I got a clip. I'm going to clip this one. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, sit down. It's got to happen. I'm going to talk it up. I'm going to keep talking it up. I'm going to send this footage to NBC and say, hey, pitch this to them. If anybody in Cleveland got Rich Paul's number, please give it to me or send it to me so I can throw that idea out to them. The world needs to see the two of them in the same room with a camera and having a basketball conversation. Please, please, please. Amazon Studio show, like they got like their studio. The studios look great, by the way. Love the way the studios look. Amazon Studio was awesome. Dirk pulling up with the to-go plate on brand. We love Dirk. I love Dirk. Like that team, they also call, their studio show. They did a great job. Their commentary team was also awesome. And I'm happy about that. Because Lord knows I do not want to see or listen to bad commentary. I really felt like TNT mailed it in last year with their coverage. They figured, hey, we leaving, we might as well just whatever. That's what it felt like. It felt like they said, forget it. They didn't care about it anymore. And that brings me to inside the NBA. Nothing changed. Ernie, Kenny, Chuck, and Shaq are still the same. They were in mid-season form. Shaq has turned to the grumpy old man, but I believe that's performative on Shaq's part because everybody can't agree with everything. I believe Shaq is playing contrarian to be performative. Everybody's marveling over Wemby. I believe behind the scenes and behind closed doors, Shaquille O'Neal loves what Victor Wembanyama is doing. But on camera, he sees everybody else drooling over him. He has to be the contrarian. Every show needs a contrarian. Shout out to Rashad McCants on Gil's Arena for being that contrarian. That's what makes the show go. Gil and his quirks. Nick Young talks good basketball. He's like, and he can be the funny guy. Brandon Jennings is a little angry, and he's like, he's going to tell it how it is. Kenyon Martin, no nonsense, is going to tell it how it is. A lot of them, they might agree on a lot of stuff. But that wild card is Rashard McCants. Shout out to Shad. I love him on that show. I didn't at first, but now I understand it. All these shows do need that contrarian. Rashad McCants is the ultimate contrarian right now. Like, if I had to make a contrarian list, Rashard McCants is at the top of that. Shout out again to Rashard. But not TNT, but Inside the NBA on ESPN, like it's the same show, just a different network. They're in the same studio. Like everything is still the same. And I'm happy about that. It's good to see those guys on TV. The NBA season wouldn't be the NBA season if Ernie, Kenny, Chuck, and Shaq weren't on my television. Loved it. And that's pretty much what I got there, man. I'll get more into NBA stuff again. Most teams have played maybe like 3-4 games at the most. If anything, I'll get more into it. If Wemby's going to play like this, and I already know that they're going to crown him, if he keeps playing at this pace and the Spurs keep winning, like they're going to hand him every single award. MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved, Clutch Player of the Year. They'll give him everything. They'll crown him early. They want to the NBA is still looking for their face of the league. A lot of people want it to be Anthony Edwards. I feel like Wemby's gonna be that guy. Ja Morant fumbled. Who else out there? There's some names out there. Jason Tatum has an argument, but he's injured and he's out this year, as well as Tyrese Halliburton. There are a few guys that can be the face, but the old man in LA is still the face until he retires. Moving on, college football. Let's just get to the The top 25 rankings really haven't changed a lot. There's a few teams that moved around. I want to go right into the projected top 12. Now, the playoffs are different. I believe the top group of 5 team makes it. I believe that's how that works. And the top four seeds, you don't have to be a conference champion. It's just the top 4, whoever the committee picks as the top 4. And I hate the fact that the ranking show comes on it comes on after I record, so I'm not able to give you like the ranking show. But I think that's something I might do as a separate segment, like on a separate day. Just stay tuned. I'm full of ideas. But to project the top 12, Ohio State, Indiana, Alabama, and Texas A&M are the first 4 seeds. That is as of right now. Those would be the top 4 seeds. Those are the 4 teams that would have bye weeks going into the playoffs. 5, Georgia. Ole Miss is 6. 7, ACC champion Miami. 8, Oregon. 9, Vanderbilt. 10, BYU, who would be the Big 12 champion. 11, Georgia Tech. And Memphis is the group of 5, is the best of the group of 5 teams. Although I think North Texas is going to have something to say about that. I think Boise State will have something to say about that. I think Tulane can chalk it, but Tulane may have something to say about that with that group of 5. I think this is interesting because this is really damn near like the Big 12, the Big 10, and SEC Invitational because you have Ohio State, Indiana. Oh, it's only 3 Big 10 teams: Ohio State, Indiana, and Oregon. I can make an argument that those are the 3 best teams in college football. Texas A&M has an argument. Ole Miss has an argument they can be in that top. Georgia as well. Then you have Alabama, Texas A&M, Georgia, Ole Miss, Vanderbilt. If Vanderbilt make the playoff, that's gonna be nuts. Because Vanderbilt is known to be like the smart school, like this for the smart kids. But again, these are fluid lists. I may bring these out again. I believe the first college football rankings drop next week after I record and while this airs. So I guess I will have to do some type of a segment on that, like on Wednesdays or something like that. Just like a separate segment. I may just post it. Yeah, I might just do a little couple-minute segment and just run down those teams or whatever. Other college football news, big college football news. Brian Kelly has been fired by LSU. That is now the 3rd consecutive week that a big-time coach at a big-time school has been removed. James Franklin 2 weeks ago. And he appeared on College Game Day and talked about it. Billy Napier fired at Florida last week. I talked about that here. And now Brian Kelly. The pressure to win now on these coaches is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And Brian Kelly, like, damn, I left this cushy job, but it's okay because he has like a 50-something million buyout. Like, these schools are paying big money to buy these guys out. They pay them to not coach anymore. It's crazy. So as of right now, with the LSU job opening up, Florida's job is open. Penn State, Oklahoma State, Arkansas, UCLA, Virginia Tech, Oregon State, and UAB. That is absolutely crazy. Minus those other two teams. Like, you got 3 SEC jobs up for grabs. You also have 2 Big Ten jobs up for grabs. And a Big 12 job. Like, it's absolutely crazy. I'm expecting Florida State and Auburn's jobs to also become open. I think this offseason with the coaching carousel, come December-ish, once you get that break after like Black Friday, like after Thanksgiving weekend, I think it's going to get started. I think it's going to get going. It's going to get absolutely crazy. Some of these coaches from these smaller schools, they might want to look out. Vanderbilt better make something happen before Florida or even Arkansas or one of those schools poach their coach. North Texas, be on the lookout. Memphis, look out. Scott Frost is back at Central Florida, right? The SEC might come a calling him. I still think John Gruden's going to end up with one of these jobs. This is how I feel. Heisman. Let's get to this Heisman list, man. In at number 10, I got Gunnar Stockton from Georgia. I mean, he's going to be there. Like, Georgia is climbing back up. And, again, like, they're projected to be the 5 seed in the college football playoff. Big game for them coming up this week. In at number 9, Jeremiah Smith, man-child wide receiver from Ohio State. Again, this list is fluid, but my list really didn't change a lot from last week to this week. Number 8, Jeremiah Love, running back from Notre Dame. Number 7, Trinidad Chambliss from Ole Miss. I feel like I should have had him higher, but the 6 above him are just that much better than him. Especially here, I could have changed these 2 around. Dante Moore from Oregon is in at number 6. In at number 5, Julian Sayin. I'm telling y'all, man, this dude might end up in New York. Because this is around the time where Ryan Day and Ohio State's offense really starts humming. And you got a man-child on one side, and you got another future first-round top 15, top 20 pick at wide receiver on the other side. It could get real, real ugly. In at number 4, Diego Pavia from Vanderbilt. Number 3, Marcel Reed from Texas A&M. Marcel Reed has an opportunity to do. He has the opportunity to do it. If Texas A&M could have an undefeated regular season and win the SEC championship, and he plays well, not only could he be in New York, he could win the damn thing. Number 2, Ty Simpson from Alabama. If they went out, win the SEC, everybody forgets about the Florida State game at the start of the season. He can do it. But that means nothing because Fernando Mendoza is still number 1 QB for Indiana. I want to throw this out. I want to throw this out there. And this is going to piss my my local people off, my Cleveland people, my Ohio State people. You're not gonna be happy about this. I want Fernando Mendoza to go crazy. I want Fernando Mendoza to have the absolute game of his life against Ohio State in the Big Ten championship. Beat him, get his team to the playoff. He's already going to be a top pick. And yes, I'm on Brown sabbatical. I want that guy to come to Cleveland. Just throwing that out there. Pizzle's picks, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it started, man. Number 25, Memphis travels to take on Rice. Give me Memphis. Memphis is up there. They're trying to hang on to that group of 5 spot and possibly make the college football playoff. North Carolina at Syracuse. Give me Syracuse. Even though I kind of feel like North Carolina might show up to play and they might pull it out. But I'm taking Syracuse. Duke at Clemson. I'm taking Clemson just because they still have a lot of talent. They just Penn State at number 1, Ohio State. Now, like 3 weeks ago, this was looking to be like a 1 versus 2 matchup, one of those type of games. College game day, prime time. But instead, it's in noon in Columbus. I'm taking Ohio State. Ryan Day's put Ohio State on high alert. Just tell them to be on alert because Penn State comes in with nothing to lose. They can have nothing to lose. I don't think so. I think Ohio State wins this game by 3 scores. I think this is when Ryan Day pushes that button. West Virginia at number 22, Houston. I love the comeback story of Rich Rodriguez back to Morgantown, but he doesn't have all of his guys there. He don't have his horses there. And Houston has a damn good team down there. I watched them play a couple times. I watched them play Colorado, and I watched them in the loss at Texas Tech. Houston is real. I'm taking Houston. Number 10, Miami at SMU. This is a tricky game for my Miami Hurricanes, but I think they get the W here and continue to roll, get to that ACC championship. Number 9, Vanderbilt at number 20, Texas. I was almost going to put Vanderbilt on upset alert. I was going to pick Texas, but Arch Manning is just not getting it done, even though this is right on par with what a Manning looks like in his first year starting. And it's not even guaranteed that Arch is going to play. Went out with a concussion last week. Anyway, I'm taking Vanderbilt to win this game. I think it's going to be a good one. I think I'll take Vanderbilt by a touchdown. Navy at North Texas. This is a marquee matchup. North Texas is undefeated. North Texas is trying to get that group of 5, that best group of 5 team, that spot. I'm going to go with North Texas to win this game. I'm going to keep my eye on this game. This is probably a game that I'm going to sit down and watch at home. Have it on the 4 screen so I can have an opportunity to watch it. Arizona State at Iowa State, Big 12 showdown. 2 good quarterbacks here. I'm going to go with Matt Campbell in Iowa State to get the win. I think this is going to be a good game, though. I think this might be a shootout game. I'm rooting for a shootout game. Close game. Iowa State by field goal. Number 16, Louisville at Virginia Tech. I'm taking Louisville. Keep rolling. Number 2, Indiana at Maryland. I'm taking Indiana, and I'm taking Indiana by a lot. Number 12, Notre Dame at Boston College. I remember watching Notre Dame and Boston College play these games when I was a kid. Like, they were like marquee games, or it was just because it was NBC. And I could watch that game. Like, it was they used to play some great games. Anyway, Notre Dame wins this game by a lot. Texas, number 13, Texas Tech at Kansas State. Give me Texas Tech for the dub there. In the world's largest cocktail party, or whatever the hell they call this game now, Georgia takes on Florida. I'm taking Georgia to win this game. I think they're going to beat the brakes off of Florida. Whatever head coach in waiting, whoever's gonna get that job, DJ Lagway, y'all gonna have to convince him. I feel like dude is gonna enter the portal unless you get Lane Kiffin or a John Gruden or hell, even if Mike McDaniel loses his job with the Dolphins and don't want a pro job, the Florida job is attractive. Fresno State at Boise State. Boise is still looking to be that group of 5 team. I'm taking Boise in that game. Number 15, Virginia at Cal. Give me Virginia. Arizona State at Colorado. Give me Arizona. Colorado just don't look good. And I really have an issue with the way that Colorado was being covered now by certain shows and podcasts. It's like we all love Coach Prime. But you got to go get him. I hate to even. Shannon Sharp, we love time just like you do. You don't have to say they're garbage or anything like that. Criticize them. I know you've done it early with the whole clock management thing in the Georgia Tech game or whatever game that was. You got to be consistent. Like, you can't criticize your friends, then you shouldn't be doing this shit. That's how I feel about that. Purdue at number 21, Michigan. I still don't see how Michigan is ranked. I'm taking Michigan, though. South Carolina at number 7, Ole Miss. Give me Ole Miss. Wake Forest at Florida State. I'm taking Florida State, but if Wake Forest go down there and beat Florida State, Mike Norvell is out the door on Sunday, no later than Monday morning. He got to be. You can't lose. And I didn't get that from anywhere. I'm only speculating because I'm speculating that he's not going to be around next year. They'll either get rid of him after this game if they lose, or they'll let him play out the string and fire him after the Florida game. I hate to say it, but got to do my job. I'm just a dude with 2 podcasts, okay? Number 8, Georgia Tech at NC State. How about Georgia Tech? I thought about taking NC State because this is a road game. NC State has a decent record. I saw what NC State did last week, and they got their ass kicked. I'm putting Georgia Tech on upset alert, but I am picking them to win this game. Number 23, USC at Nebraska. This should be a pretty good game here. I'm dying to watch this one. I'm dying to watch this one. I'm taking USC to win this one. Number 18, Oklahoma at number 14, Tennessee. This is going to be a good SEC battle right here. I'm going to take Tennessee at home. Go Rocky Top. I like Tennessee. What else can I say? And number 17, Cincinnati at number 24, Utah. I almost picked Utah, but I was doing some research and I looked at Cincinnati. And ever since that opening loss against Nebraska, they have been fantastic. Cincinnati for the win. That is college pizzle. Gentlemen. All right, let's move on to the NFL. Thursday night, the Baltimore Ravens travel to take on the Miami Dolphins. Lamar Jackson is expected to be back. I'm crossing my fingers. Come on back, Lamar. I think they get this one with Lamar returning. I'm going to take the Ravens on the road. I still don't believe in Miami. I think last week against Atlanta was an anomaly. I think they just rallied behind Mike McDaniel for one last hurrah. And the Atlanta Falcons have been Jekyll and Hyde all season. Don't know how the hell I missed that. Anyway, Baltimore wins this one. Sunday, 1 p.m., Chicago at Cincinnati. I'm going to take the Bengals. I'm going to take Joe Flacco and the Cincinnati Bengals to win this game. I still don't trust the Chicago Bears. Don't know why. I just don't trust them. Moving on. The Minnesota Vikings travel to take on the Detroit Lions. I'm taking Detroit to win this game. I thought this would have been like a battle of unbeatens, or like Minnesota's been a letdown. Carson Wentz is out for the season. No luck to that man. Mike McCarthy, JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy. It's in the air if he's going to play. And apparently, the Cleveland Browns have run out of quarterbacks to trade to other teams. So I don't know who the hell the Minnesota Vikings are going to go get. Anyway, I'm taking Detroit. The Carolina Panthers travel to Lambeau to take on the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers have been on an absolute tear. They are 5-1-1. Great team. Carolina has found a little bit of spunk and a little bit of competitiveness. I just don't think they're talented enough to beat the Packers. Give me Green Bay here. The Los Angeles Chargers travel to take on the Tennessee Titans. Here we go with these West to East games. I don't think it matters. Tennessee is not a good team, and the LA Chargers are a good team. And the Chargers are coming off of a long rest. Give me the Chargers to win this game. The Atlanta Falcons travel to take on the New England Patriots. Again, the Jekyll and Hyde Atlanta Falcons. They could probably pull this one out, but I'm taking the New England Patriots at home. Mike Vrabel has went up there, reinstalled the Patriot way, and they are looking like they are on their way to making the playoffs. And that's something I predicted at the beginning of the year, and I got the receipts to prove it. I got the notes to prove it. Moving on, the San Francisco 49ers travel to take on the New York Football Giants. This is one of those, again, traveling from west to east, Pacific time to Eastern Standard Time. The Giants lost Cam Scatterboo last week. Jackson Dart is exciting, but this excitement is not winning games. Okay? It's just not. So I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers. Even though as beat up as they are, I'm taking the 49ers to win this game. The Indianapolis Colts travel to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Give me the Colts. 8-1, kicking butt. Give me the Colts. And shout out to their owner, Sister Israel, Ms. Israel. She's down there like she's been their good luck charm. Shout out to her for being on the sideline. She's the good luck charm and a lot of motivation down there. Like she's down there and she's like, and that team is balling. The Denver Broncos take on the Houston Texans. Give me Denver. Lord, what happened to the Houston Texans? Oh, pray for them. The Jacksonville Jaguars travel to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. Give me Jacksonville to take that game. The New Orleans Saints travel to take on the Los Angeles Rams. The Saints have just went to Tyler Shaw as their quarterback, replacing Spencer Rattler. He's not going to beat the Rams. The Rams defense is Sean McVay he gets the best out of what he can get. Give me the Rams at home. The game of the week, the Kansas City Chiefs travel to take on the Buffalo Bills. I know I picked the Bills to win the Super Bowl. Josh Allen is that man. But Patrick LaVon Mahomes and Travis Bartholomew Kelsey, his middle name isn't Bartholomew. It just sounds good there. Rashae Rice is back. Xavier Worthy is back. John Sherman Smith-Schuster is playing ball. The defense has found its groove. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kansas City Chiefs are back. Give me the Chiefs to go into Buffalo and win by a field goal. The Seattle Seahawks travel to take on the Washington Commanders in a Sunday night game. I don't think Jaden Daniels is going to be there. I don't think it matters. So, yes, that's all three teams that travel from west to east 2,000 miles or so, or I'm picking all of them to win on the road. Give me the Seahawks. And the Arizona Cardinals take on the Dallas Cowboys on Monday night. That's a disgusting, crusty Monday night game. Anyway, I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys to win that game. With that said, we are going to be out of here. Tune in next week. I have NFL mid-season report. I got my old projections. I have to reshuffle things and see how things play out. We are at the halfway point of the season. I have some NBA stuff, college football stuff. Again, the rankings come out after I record, so I will have to give like another something because I don't want to wait a whole week to do it. Gonna be interesting, gonna be fun. Also, again, OhioEntertainmentAwards.org, Club Pizzle for Best Podcast, category number 36. You guys have until Friday to do that. And also tune in this Thursday for Club Pizzle. I'm going to talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm going to talk about the funky, nasty, crusty-ass Cleveland Browns. And a little bit about the Ohio State Buckeyes. Just a little touch, a little tad. So, y'all know what it is, man. Peace out. I will see you all when I see y'all. Peace.